Hey yogis, today is all about yoga for sore feet. So let's get started. We're going to begin the class in child's pose. So just coming to sit back, bringing your forehead to the floor. You can have your knees together. I like to have them just a little bit separated to let your chest relax in between your thighs. Arms along your sides. And while you're here, if it's available to you, just send your hands back and give yourself a little foot massage. When you're on your feet all day, it's really nice to come into this position of pointing your toes back, and just a little self-massage will never hurt. So coming here, just focusing on your breath, breathing in and out, long, slow, deep breaths. In child's pose, feeling the breath coming into your back, feeling your upper back, your mid back expand with every inhale, and then just collapsing into the pose with every exhale. Yoga is great for so many things, and it has honestly been a lifesaver for my feet. And if you're still massaging your feet, just let your arms go for a moment. Let them relax along your sides. We'll take 2 breaths together here. Exhale all the air out. Inhale into the back. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale, nice and deep. Breathe, breathe. And exhale. Keeping your head heavy, chin to chest, just start to roll yourself up to sitting on your heels. Your head the last to rise, rolling your shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, stretch your arms up, reach up, look up, and exhale, hands come down to your sides. Bring your fingertips forward, knees come together, and you're just going to tuck your toes under. This is going to feel really intense if you spend a lot of time on your feet. So only stay in the pose as long as it feels comfortable for you. See if you can even tuck your baby toes under. All right, coming into eagle arms, your arms come out to the side. Bring the right arm on top of the left in front of you, and then intertwine the forearms. On the inhale, you're going to reach your fingers up, look up, and exhale, fold forward. Forehead coming down towards the mat. Inhale, using your core, reaching up, looking up, fingertips reach up, maybe a little bit back, and exhale, folding forward and down. Again, inhale, go at your own pace, and exhale. Allow the movements to flow in time with your breath. Last one. Reaching up and back, coming down. Unraveling the arms, hands come forward. And just tap the toes out. Oh, it'll feel so good. Let the blood flow come back into the feet. Enjoy that sensation. And then just sitting back onto your heels again for a little bit of a child's pose this time. Just reaching your fingertips forward, clawing them along your mat, looking up towards your hands, stretch and relax. Inhale, back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back for your first downward dog. Just walking the dog nice and slow, pedaling the feet, bending one knee at a time. This has to be one of my favorite poses for sore feet. Because of the angle of your feet, the angle of your legs, you get such a nice stretch along the base of your feet, along the arch, and also through your calf muscles, which can tend to get quite tight if you're on your feet a lot as well. Just slowly walking the dog. When you bring one knee to the chest, really press the other heel back and down to get that nice stretch through the calf and the base of the foot. And then switching it up. Coming to stillness for a moment, planting the feet and the hands, feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. Just coming into the pose, stretching up through the back, through the arms. On your next inhale, you're going to start to come forward into your plank pose. Slowly coming forward, rounding through the spine. And exhale, curl the spine, tailbone in, lift up through the heels, press back to downward facing dog. We'll flow like this. Inhale, rounding the spine, coming forward, looking forward. And exhale, lifting the hips up and back. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Using your whole body here. I'm all about multitasking, so we are stretching out the feet, the backs of the legs, but we're also working our arms, our core. Let's do one more. Inhale, forward to plank, and exhale, back to downward facing dog. One more breath here, in and out. And slowly just walk your feet forward. See if you can keep your feet flat and your hands flat, walking all the way up to the top of the mat, and then folding forward and down. Grabbing a hold of opposite elbows. And we're just going to shift our weight around our feet here in our forward fold. So you can bend your knees as much as you need to feel comfortable through the lower back. You're just going to start to shift your weight forward, to the left, a little bit back, to the right, forward, to the left, to the back. I don't mean you're jumping around from side to side. You're just little shifts in your weight. In this pose, just give a really nice massage through the bottom of your feet. And going to the other side, shift the weight to the right, to the back, to the left, to the front. Let your head be heavy. Let your arms be heavy. And then bring the weight back to the center of the feet. Letting it all go. Releasing your fingers to the floor. Inhale, looking forward, straightening the legs, lengthening through the back, nice long spine. And exhale to fold. Two more. Inhale, looking forward, long spine. And exhale to fold. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Sinking your hips down, we're going to lift up on the next inhale into chair. So reach your arms back, lifting up, and then sinking down into your chair. Lift up through the toes, again stretching out through the bottom of your feet. Pull your core muscles in, belly button to spine. Sink your hips down a bit further. Pull your tailbone in. and lengthen through that spine so you're not curving forward or arching back. Tailbone's reaching straight down to the floor. And then inhale slowly, we're gonna stand up. Slowly stand up, look up, lift up, maybe bend back a little bit. And then exhale, float forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands to the floor. You can step or jump back into your plank pose. All right, staying in your plank, just adjust your hands, your feet if you need to. You're nice and long through the body. So it's one straight line from the backs of your heels all the way up your legs. And from here, we're just gonna press back, press your heels towards the floor, and then come forward onto your toes. Back as you exhale. Inhale as you reach forward onto the toes. So again, we're working our whole body here, our core, our legs, stretching out the feet. And this is a great workout for your shoulder muscles as well. Just two more. Back, forward, last one, back, forward, and then press back into your downward facing dog. Oh, that feels so good. Press the palms, the fingers into the floor. Press your heels back and down. Even if they don't reach the floor, it's perfect as it is. Just get that nice stretch through the feet, through the backs of your legs. One more inhale here. Press into the hands, reach your tailbone up to the sky. And exhale, coming forward, bringing your knees down to the floor. Keeping your toes tucked under, we're gonna walk our hands back to sit on our heels again. All right, eagle arms, reach your arms out to the side. Left arm comes on top of the right, and then intertwine the forearms. Inhale, reach your fingers up and back, and exhale, flow forward and down. Inhale, round your spine up. Reach up and back, and exhale. We'll do one more. Again, you're flowing with the pace of your own breath, connecting movement to breath. Coming down, unwinding the arms, untucking the toes, hands to the floor, and just tapping out the tops of your feet. The blood flow come back in. And then again, a short child's pose, forehead to the floor. Relax your arms either in front or alongside your body. Maybe give your feet another little massage here. Letting your arms relax for one breath. We're going to exhale deeply together, so let all the air out. Inhale. Breathe into your back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Slowly reach your arms out in front of you. Come up as you inhale onto all fours. Tuck the toes under. And inhale, lift the knees up. Press your hips back, downward facing dog. Bringing your feet together this time. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you and back towards the left, bending at the knee. Reaching your toes out towards the side, and then just drawing circles with your foot a few times towards the right, and then a few times towards the left. Oh, I love the sensation in this pose after a long day on my feet. One more circle. And then inhale, reach that leg out behind you And exhale, the foot comes down to the floor, other side. Inhale, left leg reaches up, back and towards the right. Stretching out through the front of your hip as well. When you're on your feet a lot, you get tight, not just through your feet, through your calf muscles, but generally you'll get a bit tight through the hips, through the hamstrings. You're not using a lot of range of motion when you're just sort of walking or standing. A couple more circles with the feet, pressing into both hands, reaching back, stretching, and then slowly bringing your foot back down to the floor. Downward facing dog. Feet about hip width apart. Press your chest back. One more inhale. And exhale, we're going to come forward into our plank. Press your heels back. Take one more inhale. Exhale, we're going to slowly lower all the way down to the floor. Using your core, elbows stay into your sides. Untuck the toes. Point your feet back. Bring your arms along your sides. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, lift up through the chest, through the feet. Pointing the toes, shoulder blades together. I was looking a little too forward. You want to keep the spine in one nice long line. One more inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One cheek to the floor. Turn the other cheek to the floor. And maybe just sway your hips from side to side to relax through the lower back. Then looking forward again, bring your hands down, either side of your chest, elbows in towards your sides. As you inhale, press into the hands, coming up into your up dog, another great pose for your feet. So you're reaching out, stretching out through the toes. Your hips are lifted off the floor, so the only points of contact with the ground are your hands and the tops of your feet. A nice stretch along the fronts of your feet here. With every breath sort of dropping deeper into the pose. Maybe looking up, sinking your hips down a little bit more. One more breath here. And coming into pointed plank. So you're just going to look forward. Keep your belly tight. If you feel this in your back, don't do it. Come down through your knees. As you inhale, lift your hips up. Nice strong core. Reaching out again through the toes. One more breath. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then lift the hips all the way up and back to downward facing dog. We're going to just pedal the knees, but twisting them towards the side so the knee reaches out to the right. And then the other side, knee to the left. Once more on each side. Just relaxing through the spine, a little counter pose, those back bends. And then coming back to center. Look forward, and again, we're going to try to walk our feet towards the top of our mat. Inhale, lifting up, and exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, 2 more times, lifting up, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Reaching your arms out to the side like wings. Inhale, straight spine, strong core. Reach yourself all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer in front of your heart. Let's shift our weight into our right foot here. And bring your right hand to your hip. Draw your left knee into your chest. Yogi toe lock here, so grabbing a hold of the big toe with your peace fingers. Just pulling your knee into your chest. Feel the stretch through your foot. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, straightening that leg out in front of you. Oh, such a nice stretch for the backs of the legs. One more inhale, And exhale, bring the knee back into the chest. And coming into tree pose. So grab a hold of your foot, place it on your inner thigh. You can bring it a little further down along your leg, just avoiding the knee. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. And if you're steady, you can reach your arms up or out like branches swaying in the wind. One more breath here. Bring your hands slowly back down to prayer in front of your heart. Lift your knee back in towards your chest so you can stay steady. And then the foot comes back down to the floor. Other side. So spread your toes here. Shift the weight into your left foot. Left hand comes onto your hip. Inhale, the knee comes into your chest. Yogi toe lock. First two fingers around the big toe. Draw that knee in towards your body. See if you can drop that right hip down. We have a tendency to sort of lift up here. So drop that right hip down. And then as you inhale, straightening it out as much or as little as feels comfortable for you. Again, dropping that hip down, squaring off the hips. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly bring the foot back in, grabbing a hold of the outer edge of your foot, placing your foot to the inner thigh, the calf, whatever feels comfortable for you. Again, just avoiding the knee. Hands come to prayer. And the arms can reach up. If your eyes are steady, your mind is steady. And if your mind is steady, your body is steady. So find your drishti, your focal point. One more breath. And slowly hands come back down to prayer. See if you can keep your balance. Draw your knee into your chest. And gently place it down onto the floor. We'll just take a couple of deep breaths. Inhale, reaching up, maybe stretching back, and exhale. Hands come back down and into the heart. One more time, inhale. Reaching up, stretching up, bending back if it's available to you. And exhale. Hands come into your heart. From here, coming into a squat. So you're going to open your feet wide. Everybody's body is different. So just know your body where it is in the squat that's good for you. And we're going to slowly just come down by shifting our weight from side to side, dancing our way down into the squat. Loosening up through the spine as we come down, and then sinking your hips down in between your heels, adjusting your feet if you need to, and pressing the elbows to the inner thighs, lengthening up through your spine, creating a nice, tall, long posture. Breathing here, closing your eyes or softening your gaze. This is a great pose. Again, if you're on your feet a lot, it's not just going to affect your feet, it's going to affect your whole body. So this is a great sort of decompression pose for your hips. I also really like the way it feels on my knees. If it's really intense for you, always feel like you're able to put a block or a blanket underneath your bum to give you a little bit of support. But I really love the way this feels on my knees, on my calves, on my feet, on my hips after a long day, standing or walking. Staying with your breath. And on your next exhale, staying in the squat, just releasing your hands down to the floor, letting your head be heavy. And if it's comfortable for you, if you can lift your hands off the floor, interlace your fingers and bring them just to the base of your skull. And I don't want you to pull your head down, just allow the weight of your arms to tug at the head and stretch out through the back of your neck and your upper back. Feeling your hips sinking down to the floor, the crown of your head, reaching down towards the ground. And slowly releasing your hands from the back of your head. And then bringing your palms to the floor behind you, sitting down onto your bum, wiggling yourself back towards the center of your mat, keeping your knees bent. Coming into a variation on a forward fold. So grabbing onto your toes again, yogi toe lock. Peace fingers around your big toe. As you inhale, you're going to lengthen up through the spine, crown of the head reaches up. And as you exhale, you're going to just shift your heels forward a few inches. Again, inhale, lengthening up through the spine, and exhale, shifting your heels forward. You can bring your legs straight if you need to keep your heels on the floor to keep your spine straight. Then stay wherever it works for you. This isn't so much about the forward fold, it's more about the stretch through the feet. So you can stay here, every inhale lengthening through the spine, every exhale pulling your toes closer in towards your nose. If you'd like, and if it's available to you, you can place your toes into the wrist crease and get an even deeper stretch through the feet. So as you inhale again, lengthening through the spine, as you exhale, bending through the elbows, pulling your toes in towards you. Oh, this is such a great stretch through the base of your feet, through the toes, but also for your calves. It's really great. Inhale, lengthening, exhale, coming down, staying wherever works for you, listening to your body. Again, maybe closing your eyes or softening your gaze and just breathing here, breathing into the feet. Maybe even for a breath, seeing if you can lift your heels a little bit off the floor for a deeper stretch, and then releasing that. One more inhale. See if you can lift the heels just a little bit off the floor. Exhale, release. Let your head drop down, release your hands, and slowly roll yourself back up to sitting, rolling the shoulders up, back and down. Hands come down to the floor behind you. Feet plant on the floor about hip width apart. Just a little table for as a counter stretch. So stretch out your toes, spread them out along the mat, and inhale. Lift up through the hips, reaching your hips up to the sky. If your neck is fine, then you can let it hang back. Stretching out through the front of your chest, through the front of your hips. Lift up, one more inhale, and exhale. Keep your head back. Slowly drop your hips down to the floor. Then grab a hold of your knees and give yourself a hug. Maybe walk your feet in. Make yourself nice and small. And release. Opening your knees out to the side. Coming into little butterfly pose. And again, this is all about the feet. So you're just going to use your hands, use your thumbs to massage the inner arches of your feet. So starting at the heels, just pressing your thumbs down and sliding them along the arch of your feet, maybe through the toes, maybe just massaging the toes a little bit, maybe giving the tops of your feet a little massage. If you'd like, you can start to just fold forward a little bit, relaxing through the spine, relaxing through the head, and just keep on massaging your feet. It is almost impossible for me now in any yoga class to not massage my feet in this pose. It just feels so good. And then slowly round yourself back up. Rolling shoulders up, back and down. Hands come down to the mat behind you again. Feet come to the floor about mat width apart. So open the feet up and then we'll just allow your knees to drop from side to side. Once more on each side. And then bring them back up to center. Reach your arms out in front of you, feet on the floor or legs extended. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, slow as you can go, coming down onto your back. Again, using every opportunity in your yoga class to multitask, to work the core, to connect with the breath. And then inhale, lengthen your arms out alongside your ears, point your toes, and stretch fingers from toes. Stretch, stretch, stretch. You can stretch from side to side. And exhale, relax. Again, reach your arms out alongside your ears. We're going to stretch the right side of the body. Stretch right fingers from right toes. And relax. Left side, inhale. Stretch fingers from toes. And relax. Bring your arms alongside your body, feet to the floor, and then knees come in towards your chest, one hand on each knee. Inhale nice and deep, and exhale, bring your forehead up towards your knees. If it's available to you, grabbing a hold of the outer edges of your feet, opening up your knees and drawing your head in between the legs. Inhale, pull yourself in. Relax your shoulders on the exhale. So keep your arms alongside your body. You don't have your elbows pointing out to the side. Just keeping the arms alongside the body, drawing the shoulders down and away from your ears. Reaching your head in between the legs. One more inhale. Pull yourself in. And exhale. Release. Head comes down to the floor. Arms alongside your body, palms planted, and then just extend the legs up towards the ceiling, pulling your toes in towards you. Any kind of inversion, any inversion that you know that you're comfortable with is also obviously amazing for the feet, helping to reverse the flow of blood. So when you're on your feet all day, the blood tends to pool in your feet and your legs. So any inversion that reverses that blood flow is going to be good for you. Also good for your core here to keep your legs straight up like this. Always multitasking. One more breath here. Press your heels up toward the sky. Pull your toes in towards you. And slowly bring your knees back into your chest. Rocking on your back from side to side. Bringing your feet down to the floor. Lifting up your hips, moving them a few inches towards the right. Straighten your left leg along the floor. Draw your right knee into your chest with your left hand and coming into a twist. Reaching your right arm out to the side. So obviously if you're standing or walking a lot, there's going to be some compression in your spine, a little bit of stiffness as well, so twisting is always a good idea. One more breath here. And come back to center. Again, feet to the floor, lift your hips, shift them to the left, right leg extends, left knee comes over the body. And looking out towards the left. One more breath here. And slowly come onto your back again. So generally, we end our classes in shavasana, corpse pose. For this class, I'm going to suggest that you end and do your shavasana with your legs up against the wall. So again, an inversion. So you want to lift your hips, pull them as close towards the wall as is comfortable for you. So I just put my hands either side of my head and press myself forward. So legs up against the wall. If it's more comfortable for you, you can also put a pillow down underneath your hips for a little lift. That feels nice as well. And then arms 45 degrees from your body, palms facing up. And just relax. Let go of any control you had over your breath. Just watch it flow slowly and gently in and out of the body. Stay here for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, read a book here, whatever feels right for you. And enjoy the sensation. Thank you so much for joining me on the worn mat. My name is Shayna. Namaste.